John was at the church and, as usual, went to the confession box, as if he were confessing his sins to the priest, but actually had a meeting with his boss. He had always wondered who his boss was and why he never revealed himself to him. It sickens him that he had no physical knowledge of who he was. At one point, he wanted to ask him, but he held his peace. In the Brotherhood, there are certain members whose identity is protected for security reasons and because of their position in society. Such members could be presidents, judges, commissioners of police, etc. "John, what is going on with the Charles issue?" he said almost immediately. "I need a little time. It's not working out as fast as I anticipated, boss," John replied. "How much time?" "We are behind schedule, and the US election is fast approaching. From every indication, if we don't work fast, we will be shooting ourselves in the foot. Imagine all the years of planning and building we have had. We can't allow him to win and change our plans." "I know, boss. I am also careful not to raise dust that will complicate matters," John said, trying to sound convincing without letting him know the truth of the matter. I know, but we will have to work fast, John. I am also under pressure," he said, and John could hear the note of urgency in his voice. Another thing, Roland hired a private detective to find the killer of his ex-wife, and so far, the detective has made a major discovery of the killer, your man Bruce. "I just want to warn you because he is digging into you presently. I just got an inside leak." John's heart skipped at the information. A detective could make life very uneasy for him at that moment. What was he going to do? "John," he called out when John did not reply. "Yeah, I am with you. Just wondering what to do." "Disconnect yourself from Bruce. The detective is still gathering information that can pin you. Roland wants to know who was after him that got threatened when Maggie decided to ask for a meeting and had to take her life," he said. "Okay, sir," John replied, happy that his boss had not discovered Charles's resignation. "Another thing, we can't afford you failing again. You failed with Roland, but this time it will not be tolerated, and if you need my advice, I think you need to sharpen your edge. You have lost your power and would need to visit the high priest to renew your covenant to Lucifer for more power. It's an advice, John, because the way you are operating, it would not be long you will be sacrificed." "Okay, sir," John said, horrified by the advice he had just received. The last time he renewed his covenant was 2 years earlier, and it was required of him to present a huge sacrifice to the temple. A sacrifice that required wiping out a complete village, killing women and children with the excuse of trying to get to their king. An act that only boosted his power for just a while, and here he found himself after 2 years being advised to renew his covenant once again. John knew he couldn't afford another massacre. He was tired, and ever since the death of Maggie, his taste for power and desire to kill left disappeared. He needed a way out, if not, as he said, he would be sacrificed. In the Brotherhood, the moment anyone loses his or her edge, such a person is required to renew his or her covenant. Failure to do so leads to death, which is the sacrifice of that individual by the Brotherhood. A ceremony that is very horrible, but once pronounced, there is no going back. John left the church fully convinced of his plan. He had to go ahead. He reassured himself, as he suddenly felt everything was closing up on him and the only way out was to do what he had determined to do.